We're back at Radford, the dance team welcoming us back as the Highlanders, the home team, with a 5-point lead on George Mason. Semester break, but hey, they're still here.
Yes, they are.
And there's Birdsong trying to work on that ankle. Looks like he's running okay. As George Mason hopes that he'll be able to get back in. He went out with a sprained ankle in the first half. George Mason trailing by 5. We'll have the basketball as we begin the second half. And foul trouble for Mason. Morrison, Pearson, and Foster each with 2. Nobody on the Radford side in foul trouble.
You have 3 of your better post players all in foul trouble, and you have Lewis Birdsong also with a sprained ankle. Mason's going to have to do a little bit better job. Their perimeter people are rebounding unless those guys stay out of foul trouble.
And Long drives towards the hoop, throws it away. Trifunovic with the steal. Good defensive stop there for Radford.
That 1-3-1 Brad went to, that possession bothered George Mason.
And another nice pass inside. There's Perakowski. He's got 16 points.
Perakowski did a great job of reacting and running down the floor again. Remember, he's 6'11", 270, first guy down the floor on offense. Radford did a great job of finding him with that bounce pass. He did a good job of catching that bounce pass, too.
You can see how well coached both these teams are by how quickly the hands move on defense.
Both of these coaches are known for their defense. Brad probably changes defenses more than Jim. Jim likes to stick with that man-to-man. But that's their staple in their league, and that's why they're both successful in their league. They both can play defense.
Cornelius was short on the shot, but got it back, and somehow able to save it. There were 3 Radford defenders on him, and he came down with it. There's Tate driving down the lane. Pearson
had a thought.
And a whistle and a foul, and Coach Larinaga told us just as the half ended, he wanted his team to drive towards the basket to try to draw some fouls. That's exactly what Pearson just did. So Pearson will go to the line, and here are the leading scorers in the game. Perakowski already a bucket, so he has 16. Lynch Floor with 8. Trifunovic with 6. Cornelius and Hancock with 5 each, and 3 other players with 4.
And I think one of the things that Jim probably talked about at the half, too, was trying to get Cam Long a little bit more involved offensively. He's their leading scorer. He had 21 against Radford the last time they played him last year in December. Long's got to be more aggressive offensively and try and score himself, and also try and create for other people, too.
So Pearson hits on both. Now full court press by George Mason. First time in the game they've done that. Here comes Trifunovic. Breaks the press. Gets it to Amir Johnson. Good look to Joey Lynch Floor. Can't get it to fall. And here comes Mason. Down by 5 with the ball.
And sometimes a press is effective because you made them take a shot they did not want to take.
Pearson the turnaround doesn't go. Trifunovic with the board. He has been active on the defensive board. Inside to Perakowski. A little short, but a whistle and a foul. And they're going to get Mike Morrison on a foul. Number 3 on Morrison.
Perakowski did a good job of asking for the ball in that position. Andre Cornelius came over looking to help. Morris ended up picking up his 3rd foul, and that's going to be a problem for Mason. He's their biggest player, probably their most effective defender against our Perakowski. Now Jim Larinaga's got a decision to make in terms of whether or not to take Mike Morris out or leave him in with 3 fouls.
Perakowski hits on the first. And he banks it in, just as he intended.
I'm sure Art, that'll be the first thing Art tells you is I tried to bank that in, Jim. And I think that's the most effective thing Radford has done in this entire game is the way they've shot free throws. They're a 60% free throw shooting team. They've only missed 1 for the game.
Cam Long behind the screen. Won't go. And there's Trifunovic.
Again, I don't know if that's the kind of shot Jim wants to take in terms of Cam Long being aggressive, but Long definitely has to start hunting for shots.
Morrison posting up inside again against Perakowski. Perakowski gets the pass, whistle, and a foul. And they're going to get Isaiah Tate on a reach-in. So Radford is doing very well what Jim Larinaga is looking for his team to do better, and that's going inside and forcing the issue.
And they did a really good job of flashing Joey Lynch Floor to the high post. Lynch Floor caught it. That made Morrison out of position. Morrison was fronting him on the ball side. Ball went to Lynch Floor. perfect passing lane to Perakowski. Picked up the foul on tape.
Meantime, following the steal, a breakaway, and Cornelius gets the bucket.
Radford's going to pay attention on defense. They cannot get careless because Mason is going to pick him up full court. First possession right here, Mason is going to that 2-3 zone, trying to keep the ball probably out of Perakowski's hands.
Blake Smith open, won't go, and here comes Mason. Cam Long on the breakaway, speeding to the basket. Can't get it to go, and there's Smith. Trifunovic on the wild pass will get to Amir Johnson to slow it down.
Mason back in that 2-3 zone, and again, you go 2-3 zone if a team's hurting you inside. Radford has been hurting them inside.
Cross-court pass, Trifunovic off the rim, and here comes Mason again on the break. Cam Long, Cornelius, all the way to the basket, lays it in.
And what has happened the last two possessions, Art Perakowski has not touched the ball.
And Brad Bringer wants a timeout. So Mason back within 3, back-to-back fast breaks. First one doesn't go, but Cornelius strong to the bucket for 2, and it's a 3-point game. George Mason back in it by 3. When you have speed, you can force the tempo, and George Mason has done that.
And that's what they have to do, and they do have speed. Andre Cornelius, maybe one of the fastest players on Mason's team, and maybe one of the fastest players in their league, pushes the ball up the floor, layup. Mason has to do that. They have the quickness advantage. Radford has the size advantage. George Mason's got to use their advantage, which is quickness, full court and half court, to try and score against them.
Cornelius now with 9 points.